Hello and welcome. I've got 4 meals for you. Starting off with a roasted chicken and some potatoes. These are going to be garlic smashed potatoes. Now the chicken I'm going to be preparing in just a little bit is called Heroin chicken. I know it's a pretty awful name, but I think it's because it's supposed to be addictive. I think. That's what I'm guessing. But anyway, onto these potatoes. I got the really teeny tiny baby potatoes. They're like a mix of white and red. So I'm just going to boil those until tender, and then I'm going to let those kind of just dry off a little bit. And then I am going to melt some butter. This is the butter and garlic mixture that is going to be basted on top of the potatoes once we're ready to do that. So we've got the melted butter here. I added a lot of minced garlic. You can use fresh minced garlic if you'd like. I just happen to be going through this jar of minced garlic. So there are the potatoes. I'm drizzling them with some extra virgin olive oil. Gonna toss that to coat, and then I'm gonna take as many potatoes as I can to spread out on this baking tray. Once I've got a good amount of potatoes on there, I'm going to just take the bottom of a glass here and I'm just going to press it down to smash these potatoes. I probably smash them down to about a 1/4 inch or so. That's just an approximation, but smash them down as thin as you like. And I'm going to remove some of these potatoes here because I just didn't have enough room for all of them. But no matter, I'm just going to cook up as many as I need to. I just set those potatoes aside to eat in a different meal, but this was plenty actually for 4 people. We're having our church group over again, and again it's just the 4 of us, so it's a really yummy dinner. So I'm sprinkling a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt here, or pink, is it sea salt? Pink Himalayan salt, just to season the potatoes a bit, give them a little flavor. Onto the chicken. I have put them in a skillet here. Now this recipe requires you to marinate this chicken for like 2 days. I actually did that, and then I stuck it in the freezer until we were ready to cook, so I defrosted and they're ready to put into the oven. These are the potatoes that we're baking in the oven per the instructions. Again, recipes will be down below. I'm going to swap the potatoes for the chicken, and the chicken is going to go in. I'm going to adjust the temperature since the potatoes and the chicken cook at different temperatures. So I'm just going to do that here. There are those finished potatoes, well, almost finished potatoes, ready to be basted in the garlic butter. So just over to the side here in the little saucepan, I have the melted butter and the minced garlic. I added some chopped up parsley for some color and a little bit of flavor. But here is my brush here that I'm taking to baste these potatoes. I'm going to coat them and just use all of that yummy infused butter. So you're just going to want to baste that until they're fully coated, and then I went in with a last bit of salt. I'm taking the chicken out. I'm going to check to see if it's done because I don't have a meat thermometer. So, and then while I've taken the chicken out, the potato's going to go in for the last 5 minutes. I'm just going to take a knife and sacrifice one of these chicken thighs to see if it's cooked inside. And it does need a few more minutes. So once the potatoes are out, I'm going to put the chicken back in to finish cooking until it's fully cooked inside. And there's the chicken back in the oven. I didn't get a final photo of everything or video of everything, but I did serve with some kale salad, sweet kale salad from Aldi, and our friends brought over a peach cobbler and some vanilla ice cream, and that was our dinner for the first night of the week. The last few dinners are not really cook with me's per se because they were so simple, but I'm just going to talk through. This was some salmon that I had baked in the oven with my simple mayo and onion soup mix on top. That just goes in the oven until everything's cooked. Served with a side of broccoli, and it was so tasty. If you've never tried mayo with French onion dip, do it. Next night, I still had some leftover salmon, so I'm going to serve it over a bed of coleslaw. It's going to kind of do like a Baja kind of thing. So we've got some sour cream. I'm just going to add some paste picante sauce to that, and that's going to kind of be like my dressing. And then I'm just going to do that to taste. So add as much or as little as you like. You can season it if you want. If you want to add some cumin or a little bit more cayenne, or I don't know, anything that you want in here, you can. Some chipotle, if you have chipotle and adobo sauce, that'd be good. So I'm just going to mix that up, and that's going to be the dressing for my salmon salad. And then I've got that avocado there on the table. That was just a leftover. I've got half left, and I'm just going to slice that up, and that's going to be served with the salad. And there's that leftover salmon. This was what I had prepared for Colin the night before. I did not put any of that French onion on there because he doesn't like that, so he just likes it plain. So he ended up going out with friends, so I'm eating his salmon. I'm just going to drizzle with that sour cream, sort of salsa combo sauce. It was really tasty. So simple. I mean, literally, this took no time at all. It was so simple. And then I squirted a bit of lemon juice on top of the salmon just to give it a little zing. And that's it. That was my dinner. And Rob had his with some tortilla. And last up, super easy. These are those mini wontons from Costco. They're cilantro and chicken inside. They're super tiny. They're so adorable. I'm just going to cook them up in my bamboo steamer. So on the stove, I've got a little saucepan or pot full of water that is heating up. I'm just going to do 2 layers of this. We've got some for Rob and some for Colin, and then I've got a bit of leftovers that I'll show you in just a second. But yeah, I'm just going to fill these up, and we're going to put them on top of the boiling water. Water is not quite up to a boil, but it's heating up and it's going to get there, and I'm just going to let those cook until they are fully softened. I'll check in a little bit in a few minutes and just see how they're doing, and then I'm going to switch trays, swap them, kind of like when you do in the oven. To make sure they're cooked evenly. So in the meantime, I'm just making a little dipping sauce here, just a bit of soy sauce, some sesame oil, and a little bit of water just to dilute it a little bit so it's not too salty. And there you go, just a little swirl, and that is ready to go when the dumplings are done. Going in after about, 5 minutes or so just to see how they're doing. You can see they've started to cook through, but they're not quite fully warmed up yet. Now, I wouldn't recommend sticking your hand over the bamboo steamer because, steam is really hot and you can burn yourself. I was just trying to be really careful and kind of lazy, and I didn't want to pull one of the wontons out. But in any case, yeah, I would not recommend doing that unless you want to burn your fingers. And here are the finished wonton dumplings, served with just a side of broccoli, and there's that dipping sauce that I made. Now my plate is a little bit different. I have some leftover ribeye steak because I had steak and eggs in the morning. I had inadvertently and mistakenly ordered a 12-ounce ribeye, so I only ate half, so I'm eating the rest here. It's got some A1 sauce, and then there's more of that kale salad from Aldi. And that is it, guys. Really simple, easy week. I hope you guys got some good ideas. Until the next video, take care and be well, and I'll see you in the next one.